I recently had a case where the mother came in to talk to me about an allegation of neglect that was filed against her and her family. The neglect allegation stemmed from a pediatrician filing at 51A saying that the parents had missed a medical visit and the child wasn't up to date medically. Well, when you peel back the onion and you looked at the case, that was a baseless, bogus, false allegation by the doctor. And here's why. The family had asked for their medical records from this doctor, which is called a Dr. A. And Dr. A allegedly sent out their records. And when the family got the records, they were the wrong records. They were records for some other family. So then the family called up the doctors, hey, you sent us the wrong records, where's our records? And the doctor got into a big brouhaha with my client saying, we didn't do that, that's not the truth, blah, blah, blah. So she went and returned the records to the doctor and showed the secretary and everybody, hey, you sent us out the wrong records, where's our records? Well, when the nurse checked and the administrative person checked and everybody did their due diligence, this doctor sent out the wrong records for this family to a different family. So you had two sets of records floating around in violation of HIPAA, I may add, that didn't belong to either family. And so, of course, the mother was upset. Don't blame her. And she changed pediatrician. Don't blame her. And the rationale was, well, if they can't get my medical records straight, can't mail it to the right address, how am I supposed to trust them with caretaking for my children? So she went to a different doctor. Well, Dr. A, who didn't send out the right records, was BS at the family because they had made an appointment, which my client never received because the doctor never sent the records and the notice of the appointment to the right address. And my client never showed for the appointment, and the doctor filed a 51A with the DCF saying, hey, they're medically neglecting their child. I had an appointment, they didn't come, that's wrong. Well, again, the reason they didn't come was they never received the letter because the doctor sent it to the wrong address. So DCF gets involved, sends my client a neglect allegation, and I'm reading it, scratching my head like, this is crazy. And again, just when I think I've heard every case under the sun, in walks a parent, mom, with healthy, happy children, and tells me about the HIPAA violation, and tells me about how this doctor stuck it to them, and how the doctor sent them documents allegedly they never got them, saying that they had missed a doctor appointment, they never heard of it. And she brought in her calendar where she puts everything on it. Very organized mom, and really does a great job raising her children. Attorney Siebel, what can I do? I said, simple, we'll file an appeal. Before we do that though, let's work with DCF, show them the evidence we have, show the evidence that you didn't do this, and show evidence that children are up to date medically. So we worked in the spirit of cooperation with the DCF investigator, answered all of her questions, met with everybody in the family, and completed with all types of documents that showed that each child was up to date medically, and that it was the doctor who made the mistake at the practice, who never notified them of the correct date to go, sent the records to the wrong place and the medical notice, or the medical appointment was supposed to be, that this was a mistake by the doctor, which the doctor tried to turn into and blame the mom. And when all was said and all was done, we straightened out the medical records, we straightened out the appointment, the children went to a different doctor and were all up to date medically, and DCF reached the right conclusion that mom hadn't done anything wrong, that the blame and the complaint was against the doctor, not against my client.